What is going on, Sourdough Squad? We're back in the building, and we're back to break down some of the tape, some of the win against the Chicago Bears. We're going to go ahead and dive into some of it. I haven't done a full tape study yet, and you know what time it is, Sean. It's Trench Tuesday, named by Sean himself. It's Trench Tuesday, so we're going to break down exactly that. We're going to look into Trent Williams specifically. And of course, when we're looking into Trent Williams, that means we're looking at the entire offensive line. So we can do it all at once. I see the squad already active in the chat. Let's go. We see you guys. We see you guys. Wake up, honey. Wake up, honey. Sudfeld Dart. Let's go. We see you guys. Let's go. The whole squad's in the building. Glad to see everyone doing well today. Before we get into the tape, though, let's talk a little bit about the trade. All right? Let's do it. The 49ers did make a splash at the deadline. No, they did not. No Deshaun Watson, guys. I'm sorry. No crazy splash trades at all. We see the Sourdough Squad in the building. Let's go. Let's go. So, we got a trade. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I actually like so the 49ers traded a 2023 sixth round pick for defensive end Charles Omenihu. I hope I didn't butcher that too bad. But at 6'5", 280, 36-inch long arms, at 24 years of age, I like it. I don't think it's like a world beater trade, but this is absolutely a move that I would make. If you can find a guy that has talent, that is capable of playing, that is a 53-man guy that is 24, has the ability to become an even better player, and you're sending a 2023 sixth round pick, I'm doing those trades all day. I'm like, who can you give me? If I can send you a 2023 sixth and get this year plus 2022 before I even have to see what happens in 2023, I'm making those trades all damn day. So I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I agree too. Coach says he's confused why there's such a low asking price for Charles. He's got a 13.9% pressure rate with 209 snaps in 2021. And as you can see, that's a little bit better than Nick Bosa. So, Coach, greatly timed stat. Absolutely love that. And we'll get into Trent Williams here in a second. We'll absolutely get into Trent Williams. Before we get into Trent Williams, though, you guys know the vibe. Smash that like button. Let's get this thing to the moon if we can, because why not? We like it that way. But overall, everything I haven't done, of course, a deep dive on Charles. But I have pulled together some plays and some of the things that he put together that I really liked. And I'll pull it up here and we can kind of look at it together. And so we can see some of the plays. And of course, we're going to get into Trent Williams here in a second. But I did want to touch on this a little bit. Charles Omenihu, to me, he seems like he can be a guy that we could use all over the place on this defensive line because he has that type of position versatility and flexibility to be able to play inside and outside. I actually see him as a great threat from the 3-tech. Honestly, I think he could be phenomenal from the 3-tech, rushing the passer with Bosa on the edge. If you want to do Eric on the edge or you want to put Eric in the middle next to Omenihu, and then you have D Ford, Sosa, Arden Key off the edge, Willis. I like that. Now, he has the ability to play edge in base downs and rush the passer from the edge as well. But I really don't mind I like his ability to be able to rush um, from the interior. Here's an example of Omenihu clobbering Patrick Mahomes, creating a forced fumble. We love to see that. We absolutely love to see that. But you also see a couple more clips of him just demolishing guys like this. The power that you can see, and again, this is center Tyler Badaz. He is a starting offensive lineman for the Dallas Cowboys, and then you get a nice little pancake block back to back. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go back to that. We're gonna get into Trent. We're gonna get into Trent, but I figure we start here and then we make a nice transition into Trent. But look at that. I love that all day. That's power. That's power. I like that. And here you see him work over the three tech in the run game. You see him extend, create contact, extend, eyes in the backfield, get off the block, make the tackle all day. Here you got him just pushing a big ass truck because he's a big ass dude from Texas. Everything in Texas is bigger, right? So here you get another example of him rushing, or it looks like a draw play, but he is over the three tech, and this is like what I said. I really like him here. I really like when you take big athletic guys and you throw them over the guards, and you make the guards work. Um, because again, not every guard is the most athletic guy. So if you can hit him with a swim move, counter swims, counter moves, that's what I'm talking about. And here you got him yet again creating pressure from the interior of the defense on a team that we know very well. Again, I like Charles Omenihu rushing the passer from the three tech. Now I know he's being sold as an edge rusher, things like that. Which he can play. And I do see the skill set and the traits to be able to play on the edge. And he's kind of built in that mold of kind of Jordan Willis a little bit. However, I do like him over guards. And again, you see him winning here on the outside a little bit, almost getting home. I think it was a good sign. I think it was a good trade. Again, a 2023 6th-round pick. I do those trades all day for young players that have some ability that show they're a bit capable of getting after the passer, things like that. Let's see what we got here as we wrap up on Charles and we get into this is a free rush by Charles. No one blocked him. Went straight home. Still finished the job. I think that was Blaine Gabbert. Nice sack on Blaine Gabbert. Here you see the hands, relentless. Love it. So with Charles, I like it. I like it. I can live with Charles. I think it's a good move. I think it's one of those low risk, high reward moves. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. No issues at all. All right. So that was a little primer into the trenches Tuesday because we did get into the trenches there a little bit. But now what I really, really wanted to show you guys, and the reason why we're all here is if you guys have been here and been here for Trench Tuesdays before, we love breaking down Trent Williams. Trent Williams is just a phenomenal, phenomenal football player. He's playing at a level that is higher than maybe we've ever seen at the position. I can't speak for other people who have been doing this for longer than I have. I can only speak for myself. And if I'm speaking for myself, Trent Williams is playing at a level I've never seen. I've never seen any offensive lineman play like this. And I've watched a lot of offensive line play in my day. Now, again, I'm not like these other guys who are studying all 32 teams, studying all offensive line rooms across the NFL. But I am able to kind of conceptualize and understand what Trent Williams is doing and how elite he is doing it. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to hop into some Trent Williams tape against the Chicago Bears, and we're going to have some fun because Trent Williams is a freaking baller, man. Let's get into it. But let's just get into it. Let's have some fun, man. Let's have some fun watching the big uglies up front get after it. Let's go. All right, so first play, we have Trent Williams over here on the left. And let's see what we get out of Big Trent. Ooh, see, this is why I love Trent, man. I actually haven't really. I've done a pass through of this, and before we start, shout out Brandon Thorne. If you guys do not follow Brandon Thorne on Twitter, you absolutely must follow Brandon Thorne on Twitter. I've been following Brandon. I feel like for a better part of 10 years now. Um, this is the dude who watches every single offensive line. This is the dude who is way up there in regards to offensive line knowledge. So Brandon put together this cut up of Trent Williams, and so we're gonna borrow from some of Brandon's cut ups because he already put them together for us, and we're gonna get after it. And let's talk about why this is a good play right here by Trent Williams. Again, it's so subtle. It's the subtlest things with Trent, and it makes him so freaking good. So I apologize for the bit of the grainy, but let's focus on the pass set first, right? All right, pass set, get that kick step out, keep those shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. You see him slowly start to open the gate. 94 is like, oh, look, he's opening the gate. I'm coming in. I'm about to hit a little swim move. But do you see that foot from Trent? This is what, dude, this is the next level things that people miss that I don't even see in real time. But when you go back and you look, you're like, who the hell else is doing this? No one. No one is doing this. And I'll show you why. Watch this foot. Watch this foot right here. So offensive lineman technique, you create a pocket with your pass set. That's the whole point of having the staggered step and the reason why you go out and do that. But what is Trent? What if you've been here before? What do we talk about all the time? We talk about the way Trent Williams manipulates defenders like he's a defender. Again, that's the whole game of playing defensive line is to manipulate offensive linemen. Show one thing, counter to another. That's the whole point. Defensive linemen are trying to mix up offensive linemen. That's why you get bad beats on the offensive line. That's why when you see some guys like McGlinchey, Brunskill, Mack, Lincoln, even Trent at times get beat bad, you're like, oh, how do you get beat that bad? Because you got to give some credit to the defensive line at a certain point. You have to give some credit to those guys on the other side of the ball because they're trying to twist you up. But I have never seen an offensive lineman try to twist up defensive linemen like he's D line. I've never seen it. And this is a perfect example why. Again, the kick step. The kick step should be pretty seamless. It should kind of look like this all the way. See that kick step? Nice and easy. Get it out there. See him. This is a bait. This is a bait by a left tackle. Watch the foot. So this foot should keep kind of angling, and you should slowly turn your shoulders, and that's how you create a natural pocket as a tackle. Watch the foot. Just a very simple, small thing. Very simple, small thing. Do you see that? You see how he basically baited him and pulled it out. Like, what the hell? It's so small. It's so small. Again, still creates the natural pocket and is able to pass block, but it's this nuance because look at the defender. He's getting ready for a swipe, rip, some kind of move, some kind of counter move because he needs the offensive lineman's leverage to be able to do the move. He needs to create contact and then counter off of it. That's what Trent knows. Trent knows 94 is trying to create contact to do a counter, whether it's a slap rip, whatever kind of club rip combination they want to do. That's what they're trying to do, and he needs Trent's leverage. And that's why Trent's a G. Trent said, nope, I'm pulling that chair from out under you. Like that, the athletic ability to, again, pass setting is hard in of itself, but to be able to use it as a bait like that and to kick your momentum back, this is what he does all the damn time. This is what he does all the damn time. He manipulates leverage over and over again. This is the first damn rep, and it's not even a crazy rep. It's just, again, the small nuance of playing offensive line. And People don't understand how hard that is to be able to bait your foot out there in your natural pass set and then basically kick back, jump back to change the leverage that puts the D end at a disadvantage and then puts Trent at the advantage. It's freaking beautiful, man. Like, it's art. This is art in the trenches because 94 now has nothing. He has nothing to work off. He's stuck. So small nuance, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Let's see what we got on the second one. I don't even know what's coming. We're watching it together. That just is a good recovery right there. That's just a good recovery. Again, same pass set. You see the feet. Feet are key. Feet are a must for offensive linemen. You see the feet, same kind of concept. He's still trying to, he drops his gait again because he's trying to change the leverage. So watch the feet. That one foot kicks back again. He's able to punch, get 94 off. But what's really good about this is he's able to regain his balance. This is an anchor point. So this is him anchoring, being able to take on the rush. And then look at Trent do what Trent does. This dude's a freak, man. This dude's a freak. We'll absolutely do a Jalen Moore breakdown. I can do a Jalen Moore breakdown. I could probably even pull him up at the end of this. There's Jalen Moore has really good feet, but the nuance that Trent provides, Jalen Moore's not there yet. Jalen Moore has a strong foundation to build on top of. But this is a pro's pro, a vet's vet. Like, we're seeing stuff that is next level. And I think we'll see a little bit more of that. And I think we got some of it right here. So again, this dude drops the gate, and I freaking love it. I freaking love it. Again, watch it. Watch the pass set. He's setting up leverage. Pass set. This is a standard pass set. Look at his pass set. Look at Mike McGlinchey's pass set. Wide base, wide base. Everyone's leading with this back foot. Same concept. But the difference is, it's like Trent has two pass sets in his pass set. It's freaking wild. It's freaking wild. It's like he has two pass sets, like, in one play. Who does that? Trent Williams does that. Let's watch it again. Again, key on the dual pass set. This is the first pass set. That's how you normally pass set. Now watch the second pass set. Now watch him kick his foot back because it changes leverage. It changes positioning. See that? His foot is right there because he is changing his leverage. It is literally like he has a dual pass set, and it's crazy. And that in of itself just puts him in position to own the leverage, own the balance of defense versus offensive line. Because he's doing that, he's changing the point of contact for the defender, which means the defender is now off balance, that's what the defender is trying to do to the offensive lineman. This is why I'm so happy that Trent Williams is on our team. That's why this year's been so freaking fantastic to watch the offensive line, is because Trent Williams is next level. No, show me anyone else who's doing this. Now, like I said, I'm not watching the rest of the league right now in regards to their offensive line play. I'm not studying them. I'm not doing that. So if you do know someone who's out there doing dual pass sets in one play, then please show me. I don't see this happening anywhere else. And again, the whole point of this is to adjust the leverage and affect the leverage of the defender. And then this is the Trent that we love. This is the silverback. Look at this freaking man go. Like, so this is a move I have yet to see from any other offensive lineman. I'll get to Coach really quick. What's Coach saying? Coach says, can we all just marvel at Trent's unreal feet? His feet are on the level of skill athletes, 100%. He shouldn't be able to move that way at his size. Freak. 100%, Coach. Coach is 100% spot on. I thought a perfect play that kind of was emblematic of this was 2020 play with Trent Williams is against the Washington football team. They were selling They were selling zone right. So zone right footwork, you had to do zone right footwork. He had, I believe, an outside shade and he was going right. So, but it was actually a screen left. So what Trent did is he hit his first two zone footwork, boom, boom. It's right foot first, left foot follow us to get you on your track. And then he hit the defender with the swim move. It was almost like he was a wide receiver. Like he almost like stemmed up a route and broke it off at the top. And it was crazy. So coach is 100% right. This guy has the skill level of any one of these skilled positions. It's phenomenal. And he does it again. Let's see if he does the dual pass set thing again. Look at him. It's a bait. The little foot. See the foot? He just does. And so this is a little bit different because he's very under control here. And I don't know why he's under control. I don't know if he is countering or expecting an inside move, or he just did his scouting. He just scouted who number 58 is and understood he's actually not a really strong threat to rush around the edge with speed. So he doesn't need to get out like you typically would with someone working from that technique on the defensive side. But again, you see it. The foot is what sets the pass set. That is going to tell the defender kind of where this offensive lineman is going. And what Trent does here is he's just waiting. He's waiting. Look at the hands. Typically offensive lineman, you're top. Put your hands right here. Keep your hands up. Get ready to punch back and forth. Don't punch with two hands. You alternate because they're going to club you. They're going to rip you. They're going to grab you. They're going to do all that. So you got to alternate hands. I always operated with my hands right here, right in front of my chest, so I could boom, boom, boom. That's the whole point. But Trent Williams doesn't do that. Trent Williams operates on a completely different set of rules. He does not care what your college coach taught you. He really does not. He really does not. Because look at his hands. Look at his feet. Watch him drop his foot again. Look, who does that? Who does that? And then again, another move that no one else does. He grabs the top of the shoulder pads and then just drops you. Again, the whole point of what he is doing here is it's like he's pulling the chair out from underneath these offensive or defensive linemen. They're trying to create contact. You see the hands. 58 is trying to create contact so that he can generate moves off of it. But Trent is so savvy and so good at what he does. Trent's just like, nah, bro, you're not even going to get that opportunity because I'm going to pull the chair out. I'm going to completely change my leverage based on where you're trying to attack, which puts you out of balance. And then what do? I just grab your shoulder pads and hop on top of you. I love it. This makes me so happy. I could do this all day. Like watching Trent Williams, like no one plays like this. No one. He might be the best move this front office has ever made. This guy right here, Trent Williams, especially for the cost that they got him in the draft, the 2020 draft, might be the best move. And this is exactly why. Like, look at this. Just look at this position. Look at this position. And the reason why this continues to happen time and time again is because of the pass set and his dual pass set. He sets up these defensive linemen time and time again. He sets them up and then he pulls the chair out from under them and then uses their momentum again. Like, this is next level stuff. I'm telling you guys, this is next level. Let's see what we got in the next one. So now you see the difference. So now we can compare and contrast. Let's watch the first three pass sets. Pay attention to the first three and watch him pull out the chair. That's what we're going to call it. We're just going to call it when he does his dual pass set. We're calling it pulling out the chair. Watch him do it all three times. Pulls out the chair. Let's watch it on the next time. Pulls out the chair. Let's do it on the third one. pulls out the chair again, and now this, the fourth, this is what a pass set looks like. Or no, 5 plays. Was that 5 in a row? My math's off. This is a natural pass set. This is what you're coached to do. Like any offensive lineman, anywhere you go, this pass set by Trent right here, this is what it should look like. This is what it teach tape would tell you to pass it. Damn, he still demolishes him. But you can see the difference. And that's what makes Trent Williams so good, is he's so technically sound. He's beyond technically sound. He's like the Rain Man of technical offensive line play. Like, it's insane. Because again, this is what a pass set should look like, especially when you have the fear of outside speed. That's exactly what it looks like. But again, you're going to watch me geek out real quick again. You're going to watch me geek out. Now, the feet are back to normal. The feet are back to normal. Now, watch his hand. Watch the hand and watch how it changes everything. Again, the name of the game is leverage. Watch the hand. He chopped him. Trent slapped his hand. Look, 94's trying to gain some leverage. He's trying to grab something. He's trying to grab his arm to kind of slingshot his ass and slingshot the club rip move. And he's trying to get hold of him. Again, we talked about the leverage. We talked about Trent Williams pulling the seat out, doing all those kinds of things. This is why. So again, you see the punch. That's a fake punch. This is a fake punch. It's a setup so that, look, when he brings that hand, because Trent is so savvy that he understands that the second he shows hands, that defenders, that's their key. The defense is keying on his hands. So when he shows hands, he's so cerebral that he understands that initiates the pass rush move. Because again, I can't say it enough. These defensive linemen need contact. They need contact to be able to initiate and use the leverage and do all those crazy freaking moves that they do. They need to grab onto something. And you can see what happens right here when that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen, so he loses all his leverage because Trent hits him with the club. You see the club there? Club down. Club down on the arm. Who's doing that? Again, go ahead, scour across the entire internet and show me another offensive lineman who is clubbing defenders' hands. No one. I haven't seen it on our offensive line. That's for a fact. But again, you see what that did, because him clubbing affected the entire move and balance and leverage of 94, and 94 takes himself out. So again, that little club move showing hands, nope, that's not a hand, that's a club. You're not going to grab me. He has no leverage. He has no balance. 94 falls into Trent, and then Trent just demolishes him. Absolutely demolishes him. It's so good. It's so damn good. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Let's go to the next one. What do we got? This is just, what do we got? Looks like 94 tried to hit him with a counter inside, but nope, Trent ate. But it really wasn't much of anything from 94, I would say. I feel like 94 knew he had already lost right there. Like what he's just running straight at Trent at this point. Not really putting together any move. Trent just, this is good. Good pass set, good feet. Watch the feet. Feet are good. Anchor. You see the way he can anchor. Trent anchors with the best of them. And what we call anchor as an offensive lineman, that is anchor. So you can see the leverage here. They're kind of straight up and down. Nice balance. Pass sets working them back. When the contact is created, that's when you anchor. And boom, that's where the anchor is. You see the leverage change. Feet kick out, flat back. This is where you get the power from in your anchor. Love it. Absolutely love it. Let's see what this is. So this one, Trent actually got moved pretty good. Let's see why. So footwork tells me, oh, okay. 94 learned a little bit. 94 learned a little bit. So again, we talk about Trent Williams pulling the seat out. 94 said, all right, you can pull the seat out. I'm going to bull rush you when you pull the seat out. And look at, so this is the game within the game. This is the stuff that I freaking love. I could watch all day. This is the back and forth between offensive and defensive line. So we already saw Trent get him 94 a couple times with the pull the seat move. Again, this foot being right there, this is what we're calling the dual pass set. This is what we're calling the dual pass set. And you can see, though, 94 times it like he kind of knew it was coming, right? It's almost like 94 is like, I'm going to go outside, almost like appears as he's trying to hit that edge and says, nope, I know what you're trying to do. And I'm going to bull rush you and just try to get you off balance. And he actually does a pretty good job. But again, anchoring. This is huge. The ability to anchor. That's a win. Again, people like show me clips like this of McGlinchey. They show me clips of like this of Daniel Brunskill, and they foam at the mouth about how terrible it is. It is not terrible. I don't care if you stop 6 inches in front of the quarterback. If you can anchor right here and give your quarterback a chance to get the ball out, that's all we can do at times as an offensive lineman. So you can see even Trent gets pushed back, but the ability to anchor and stop the momentum right before the quarterback, that's still a win in my opinion. Still a win in my opinion. All right, so we got a little move here. What do we got? So we got a stunt. We got a stunt here. I'm trying to, let me get a better idea of the alignment. So you got 44 flashing in the A gap. So this is going to keep these two guys on high alert on 44. Trent knows he has to keep an eye on 98. Let's see where they slide protection. So they're actually sliding protection away because watch Alex Mack. Alex Mack is going to tell you where protection is sliding. So they're actually sliding to the right. They're sliding to the right. These two guys have to be absolutely cognizant of these two guys. So let's watch what plays out as a result. You get a nice little stunt, and you get the teamwork here from Laken Tomlinson and Trent Williams. 98 just goes head up on Laken. Laken takes over, but it's a delayed stunt because 94 crashes hard inside. And let's see how Trent Williams reacts to that. So you see those feet, man. Those feet are crazy. Those feet are crazy. Because look at where he goes from here. So he's still. Ooh, actually. Trying to see here. I'm trying to see something. So one of the hardest things about the pass set is you're moving backwards. And this is how you're moving. And you have to be cognizant of inside moves. And so that's what 94 does. And when 94 does, goes inside, you have to hit your back foot in the ground and you gotta drive. You gotta drive. But the second Laken takes that block and he senses the stunt, he's gotta bail and he's gotta get 98. Now, it's not the cleanest pickup. It isn't. But it was enough. It was enough to get the job done. Ball's out. That's enough to get the job done. I'll take it all day. Again, it's not always going to be pretty. It's not always going to be pretty. But as long as you can get the job done, that's what matters. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is just good old Trent. Good old Trent just messing with that. Like, he's so good, man. He's so good. He stops 94 from getting hands on. So look, 94 tries to hit him with a nice little punch with the left hand. He stops him there. He then stops his left hand. And then grabs his right shoulder, puts all his weight and momentum, like basically leverage on that right shoulder, and just dips him. Like, again, show me another offensive lineman who's doing this. I'm not gonna wait because I'll be waiting forever. I don't see anyone else grabbing and manipulating defenders' leverage and shoulder pads like this. I just don't see that. This is just a pretty pass set, nothing too crazy about it. Just gets in the way of number 94. 94's got no moves, good hands. 94 tries to get those hands out of there. Trent says nope. There you got another bull rush. Again, really good job by Trent to be able to maneuver to that and anchor. That's the anchor. You see it. So guys are going to lose ground when you're pass setting and playing offensive line. You're going to lose ground with bull rushes. It's a nature of the beast. It's the nature of going backwards as a 340-pound man, and then you have another 300-pound guy running full speed at you. It's just the nature of playing the position, and being able to anchor is crucial. And you again get to see another opportunity where Trent Williams anchors, makes it look really pretty, really nice. And that keeps a clean pocket for Jimmy G. Happy birthday, Jimmy. Happy birthday, Jimmy G. Jimmy turned 30 today. I'm sure he's loving. Oh, I just want to look at that pass. Great route, Brandon. I haven't seen this play. So I got the film. It's still in. I still got to break it down. I haven't done that yet. So we'll get to more film breakdowns later on throughout the week. So I'm really excited to get into that. But look at Brandon. Ooh! Good job, Brandon. Where's that been? That was a great route. He didn't want to give him the inside release. Outside release. He was giving him the inside release, but I love still the way Brandon set up the outside route. He still tried to set up the outside route and then cut it back, and that's easy money. That's easy money. Good job, Brandon. Good job, Brandon. All right. So let's see. We're almost done. We're halfway through. Wow, we're halfway through. Here we are. So this is just a good job. Again, there's a certain point that defenders get in the pocket where offensive linemen just ride you out like that. Beautiful. Day one stuff right there. Day one stuff. They get to that point, get your body on them, ride them out. Easy. Love it. That was my favorite. That was my favorite when I was pass setting. If you're going to take that outside leverage and you're just going to run fast, great. I'm going to wall you off and make it real easy. Make it a really easy block for me. Tackles, love that. Offensive linemen, love that. That's easy. So now here we got. What do we got? All right. So this is hard for tackles. This is hard for tackles. Why this is hard for tackles is because this is a wide nine technique. You have a tight end lined up to your left, which means the defensive end is lining up in the 9 tech on the other side of the tight end. And this is like the definition of being on an island as a tackle. And you can see how much time Trent Williams has in space before the threat of contact even comes close. And so what other offensive linemen have a hard time with this, there's 3 ranges of outcomes that can come from this. Let me get it queued up. From this positioning right here. There's 3 ranges of outcomes. You can get the outside move, you can get the bull rush, or you can get speed to power. You can get inside moves. Like there's all, but essentially there's 3 directions: outside, straight through them, inside. Those are the only places you can go. And so offensive linemen, I think this is something that Mike McGlinchey had struggled with. in 2020 and has gotten significantly better in 2021 is he got himself stuck in this spot, not knowing what was coming at him. He didn't know if it was going to be speed. He didn't know if it was going to be power. He didn't know if it was going to be inside counters. He didn't know. And you could see he just wasn't comfortable with making the moves. And this is hard. This is a hard spot to be because, like I said, this defensive lineman has had some room to build up speed, decide what he wants to do. Forces the offensive tackle to get to his spot sooner, and it can create issues as a result. So, coach says this is off an ankle injury. Let that sink in, Brad. 100%. His ankle's probably still a little sore from this, like while he's doing all this. That's what's so super cool about it. That's what's super cool about Trent. But as you can see, again, Trent manages it no problem. UC 94, his decision here, I'm going to set up outside move, but ultimately I'm going to try to bull rush you. It's not the best move to throw onto Trent Williams, but to be honest, there aren't many moves that are going to win against Trent Williams. So we really like that. And then Trent, again, of course, a dog in the run game. You love it. This dude has no shot. No shot. Wait. Oh, I'm tripping. So this is just Trent being a dog. Got a little help from Charlie Warner. Charlie Warner deserves some credit for his performance in the run game. I thought he did a pretty good job. Let's see. I want to see why this play doesn't work really quick, though. Let's see why this play doesn't work. All right. So we have Daniel Brunskill pulling. You've got Ayuk trying to seal here. You've got a down block. So they're going to do a double to backer. Why doesn't this work? So obviously, right off the bat, all these guys, they've done their job. They've done their job. Lankin seals off his guy. Trent seals off his guy. Brunskills, there's no threat of I see. Okay. I kind of feel like this is tough, man. So this is tough, and I'll explain why. Because based on what Daniel Brunskill is seeing here, again, as a pulling offensive lineman, something that I love to do, you have two options. You either roll the block or you kick them out. Those are your two options as a pulling offensive lineman. That's it. That's all you can do. And it's up to your guys running behind you to read you. So to be fair, Kyle Juszczyk, Elijah Mitchell, they need to read the puller's block because the puller can only do where the defender goes. And you can see the defender. That defender shoots way far inside. So that's exactly why Daniel Brunskill gets his head on the outside and then turns him in. Theoretically, you would have Juice read this and bounce on the other side of the hole. So let's watch a little bit. Theoretically, with this alignment from Brunskill, to me as a running back, I'm reading this as, all right, that hole that we were trying to get with the kick out wasn't there because he shot hard inside. My puller is rolling the block as a result. You have to be able to read that. You have to be able to read this block. And so theoretically, Juice should have saw that. He should have bounced to the outside, which meant Elijah should have bounced to the outside. And if that occurs, you got Ayuk here. You could potentially have Juice going from one of these guys to here. And that's then all you have over here is that safety one-on-one with Elijah Mitchell. So again, we talked about this a lot the last 2 weeks. These are the small things of why the running game hasn't been working. It's just small things like this. This is just small nuance. It's small nuance. Again, having to read your blocks and what they're showing you. Again, offensive linemen can only do what's put in front of them. I don't fault I do not fault Brunskill here for rolling this block because, again, you got a 94 shooting hard inside. You can't kick that out. That's really difficult to kick out. That's why you roll it. So, again, just imagine if they were able to see it soon enough, bounce it out. I think Elijah tried to. It was just too late. It was just too late. And Lakin got rolled up on. That's what happened. Lakin got rolled up on, which meant his guy came free. Yeah, not the best. That one wasn't the best by our guys up front. By the whole group. That wasn't just the offensive line. Ooh, what do we have here though? Oh yeah, the Juice and Warner were putting fools on the ground. What is Sean saying? Sean's sorry, I'm not doing a very good job of reading the chat. I'll come back to the chat. I'm kind of in my zone right now, just breaking down tape. But Sean says, Brad, I keep asking, but what happened to our motion wham plays? I have no idea. That's a good question. I don't know. I wish I knew the answer to that. I don't, unfortunately. I think that would be a better suited question for Kyle Shanahan. I think we got the guys to be able to execute it, but it's just something we haven't done too much of. Let's see here. So this looks like is it a pitch? Technically, yes, we got a pitch left. So that means everyone is trying to reach block. That is the goal here. That's the goal here. And again, similar concept of the blocking with Brunskill that we talked about on the previous play. You're trying to push 94 out, but if you can't push him out, you roll it. They did a great job of kicking his ass out. They kicked his ass out the club. They said 94. Juice said, nope, get out. But look at Trent, too. I know this is Trent. We kind of morphed into everyone. But watch Trent. Let's watch Trent. That's why we're here. Great block. Great blocking with this is how you work in tandem right here. This is good stuff, guys. This is good stuff. So these two guys are responsible for these two guys. So you can see they're going to meet shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip. So this is a practice technique. They do this. I don't know if they do it every day. I used to do it every day when I used to practice it. It helped us build the rhythm and the ability to come together on doubles. And look, this is what you do. Both guys come together on doubles. But they don't really care about the guy necessarily in front of them because their eyes are on the flowing linebacker. They need to determine who's staying and who's going. If the linebacker flows over the top, it's Trent, guys. It's Trent. It's Trent's guy. But if 44 goes under, Trent's got to take over on 98, and Lincoln's got to pick up the underneath linebacker trying to flow and undercut it. But as you can see here, they do a fantastic job of doubling. Lakin takes over. You see Trent peel off, get to backer, and then just ride his ass out. To be honest, these guys are doing a fantastic job of just moving bodies. And Trent Williams just takes his guy off this completely out. I'm wondering what's happening. Oh, okay. So who is 33? So same concept, guys. Same concept that we just talked about. These two guys are responsible for these guys. Juice, Warner, they're responsible for these two guys. So now while Juice came out and completely demolished 94, unfortunately, Warner's eyes weren't working the same style of technique, meaning he's fully focused on 94. And so with 33 coming over the top, you know, he theoretically should have left 94 to pick up 33. Juice comes down, clobbers 94. If that occurs, the hole is massive. But Elijah Mitchell does a good job of seeing 33 flash right away. That's why this play breaks down, is because they don't account for number 33. But it's blocked up really well. It's blocked up really well. Other than that, right there. Again, we talk about one block away. We talk about one block away. That's it. One block away. If Juice and Warner can account for 33, this could be a huge game. Massive potential game. But that's why we got to do our job. So we got a screen pass. Ooh, good move, Trent. So this is hard. I've always thought, even as someone, I consider myself to be an athletic offensive lineman. I ran a 4-4 short shuttle. I ran a 7-3 7 cone. I ran a sub 540 as an offensive line. I wasn't big, but I was fast. And that's exactly what I love to do. And even being a fast guy, when you're out in space like this, it's a lot harder than you think, especially when you've got these really athletic DBs. It's hard. They can make one little cut. Again, just watch the cut here. It's hard. It's hard to get out in space sometimes. So when you see guys like Trent Williams be able to do it, again, we talked about why it's difficult to be out in space. It's because these guys are athletic and they can start and stop on a dime. Offensive linemen can't. And so he undercuts it, which is a really good move by 44. But I'm sorry, 44, you're going against the best left tackle in the NFL, so it's not going to work today. And I bet any other left tackle this works. I bet any other left tackle in the NFL, hell, even Mike McGlinchey. Like, again, this is hard. It's hard to be out in space and block these guys because they can do this. And Trent has the ability to recover and put his ass on the ground. You have to give credit to Deebo Samuel. Oh, this is the big play. That was the big play. We didn't even get to see the whole thing. This was the touchdown. This was the touchdown screen. All starts with Trent Williams. All starts with Trent Williams. All starts with Ross Dwelly. Again, Ross Dwelly is able to get that kick out block. Great kick out block. This almost was a disaster. This was, hey, I took a lot of pride. I took a lot of pride in my speed. I took a lot of pride in my speed. I worked my ass off for my speed. That's what I'm talking about. You see the damn vibes, coach. We were speed demons out there. That was the goal. I knew I wasn't the biggest, so I'm going to make sure that I pack a punch with some speed behind it if I'm going to hit you. And it worked. But again, this is why it's fantastic with Trent. Trent is able to recover. Again, you're gonna get beat. You can get beat and win on the same play as an offensive lineman. You can literally get beat and win on the same rep. And that's kind of what this was. He got beat initially. He's running on his track. That's what you're supposed to do. 94 or 44 makes a really good athletic move to undercut it and use Trent's momentum against him. But Trent's just a better athlete. Trent's just a better athlete and is able to get his guy on the ground. And this play cuts out. This is going to be a fun one to come back to maybe tomorrow. But Alex Mack is the reason why this play busted. These blocks, you see this block, Brandon Ayuk, Alex Mack, Ross Dwelly, and Trent Williams. This is a touchdown. Look at how much space is right here between Alex Mack and 37. That's a hard block. That's really hard. Very difficult. But they were able to get it done. I'm excited to break that one down in its full glory because Alex Mack deserves his props for that play. Oh, jeez, dude. Man, he has a family. Why you got to do him like that? He just tossed him, bro. Jeez, Trent. Go easy on 94. I know you were messing with him all day, but come on. Why are you so mean to him? You could just block him. You don't got to shove him on the ground like that. Why are you so mean, Trent? Come on, bro. I love it, dude. This is why Trent's the man. This is why Trent's the man. What is this? This is looks like zone left footwork. Zone left footwork. Yeah, looks like a straight up zone left. Yep. Yep. So looks like zone left footwork. That's all it is. It was simple step left. You see the step left, the right foot gets you on your track, and the power follows. This dude just threw 94. Like, look at this dude. He's in midair. He's in midair looking like a dog. Like, what? Trey is a savage. Trey is a savage. Look, this dude is in midair, like in dog form. Like, he's like on all fours, like in midair. Like, just straight up. And it's just too, it's not like he had a full steam, like a speed behind him. It's 2 steps, punch, and he tossed a dude. Jeez, Trent. Go easy on my man's 94. You beating him up all day. All day. Now let's see, where does this go? I want to see why this got stuck. Roquan Smith. Roquan Smith is why. Roquan Smith combines. Yeah, Roquan Smith. Good job, Roquan. Roquan stuffed juice in the hole. But Roquan Smith is one of the best linebackers in the NFL, in my opinion. Or young, up and coming linebackers at this point. All right, let's look at Trent. What do we got, Trent? Oh, geez. Trent doing defensive lineman things again, guys. Trent doing defensive lineman things again. All right, so we have pitch right. Pitch right. Trent's guy isn't a huge threat to make a play here, but how it's coached is you're coached if they cross your face on when, like, let's say you're on the back side of the play and it's so you're left tackle and it's a pitch right. If you're on the back side, you pretty much got like a playoff. At least how I looked at it, you got a playoff. But you're always taught if they try to cross your face, you take them. All right, so that's what he did. Try to cross his face. Trent is a savage, dude. So you want to see an offensive line swim move? Like, I wish I could see it from the other angle so I had a better idea of what his hands are doing here. Because, look, you can see right here. This defender is screwed. His hands are like this. He missed his punch. He missed the punch. No punch for you. He missed. And then watch the – so right now Trent Williams is into him. But watch the move that follows. There, see the hand? Look at this. See that? See the hand drop? Now watch it. Oh, it's raised. It's raised. Now he does the Trent move. Grabs the back of his shoulder pads. And as a result, on top of him. It's like the equivalent to a swim move for a defensive lineman. Again, this is a run play. The awareness, the spatial awareness, the cerebral awareness, just the awareness of of leverage. Like, what is this? Do you ever see? I challenge. I know we have some smart football people who watch this. I challenge you to find me someone else on the offensive line, on any team, at any level, that is using defensive line moves to block on run plays. Bruh, like, you see it. Watch the swim. It's the same concept of a swim. We talked about it. We talked about it earlier when 94 was trying to hit him with like a chop. It's the same concept. They got to create the leverage and the pushback. They have to create contact. The contact is what initiates the move. The contact initiates the move. You got to get into him, and then you initiate the move as a result. And Trent Williams gets into him and then hits him with a nice little swim and drops him right on his face. Like, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing here? And then this one, this is my favorite one. This might be my favorite one. It's the last one. We'll end it on a good one here. This is effort. This is just wanting it more. We'll get to it right here. So you got Trent. So remember, same concept as we talked about before, doubling the backer. Well, this defensive linebacker or this defensive lineman isn't challenging Trent at all. So all Trent does, you always throw out the hand. You always throw out the hand. It's just like a little feeler, no pressure. All right, I'm free. If you throw out the hand and you don't feel nothing, that means free release to the linebacker. That means go. That means the guard got it. If you don't feel any pressure on that hand when you're taking this step, that means go. That means Lakin's got it. We're all good. Go get that linebacker. So let's see what he does. There he goes. Look at that big body. Just working and tugging. And this dude, I would not want to be blocked by Trent Williams at all. This dude is a savage. Absolute monster. Like, look, how many yards is that? I wish we knew. So they hike it from the middle of the field. Let's see, they hike it from the middle of the field. I think the width of the field is approximately 50 yards. So let's call it 25. I think it's 53 is what it is. Let's just call this starting point 25 yards to the sideline. Let's just call it that. We'll call it 25 yards to the sideline. This dude just blocked the guy for at least 20 yards. At least 20 yards. At least 25 yards. Like, I love it. I don't know. I could do this all day. I could watch this all freaking day. It's so pretty. It's so good. It's so good. Look at Trent. Get out, dog. I love. So remember also too. Let's look. This I think is the same play that got busted. So I think let's double check. So I think this play right here is the same concept as the one that just hit. Remember when we were talking about this play and why this play didn't work? Is because Kyle Juszczyk and Charlie Warner are responsible for 94 and 33. Now it's a great block by Juszczyk here, but they don't work in tandem well enough to get both guys. And as a result, 33 comes unrushed and makes a big play, right? I know you guys remember this. I know you remember we talked about this. Now watch when it's executed properly. Now watch when it's executed the way you should. And again, emphasis here. Who else? Tight end, fullback. Oh, George Kittle doesn't do anything for us. All he does is block, blah, blah, blah. There's a reason why he blocks. It's because he's good and it matters. And the 49ers have been struggling without him because they haven't been able to do these things consistently. But here is the example again when you block it up correctly. 2 for 1. Look, there's 33. Now you get the block on 33. You get a block from Brandon Ayuk. I never saw that. Let's watch Brandon here. Let's watch Brandon. This just got me dumb hyped. I am a sucker for wide receivers that block and block with effort. Watch Brandon. Watch Brandon. Look at Brandon. Keep going, Brandon. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Like, he had 4 catches. I get it. We want more. We want more catches from Brandon, but we need this from Brandon as well because right here, that's an extra 10 yards. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you for getting us an extra 10 yards. This is I love this from Brandon. Oh, let's go, Brandon. Let's go. That's how you get the ball more. Block. Do what you got to do. But I do, like I said, I really like this here. Juice is a freak, man. Juice said, get the hell out the way. But the brilliance of Juice, this time, I'm not messing this up again. I'm not messing this up again. I got to get 33. We are responsible for these 2 guys. Can't mess up again. And as a result, Great block and even better cut by Elijah. Look at Elijah, bro. Look at Elijah, dude. Now, to be honest, I would have loved to see Elijah Mitchell hit this hole. To be honest. I'm going to be honest here. I would have loved to see Elijah hit this hole rather than just trying to hit it outside of Warner, because you can see what happens as a result. Again, Juszczyk is in correct position right here. But because Elijah Mitchell doesn't take this hole, because treat this like it was a kick out block. If that's a kick out block, you run off the kick out block's butt. And if he were to run off the kickoff block's butt right here and cut it up, you see they're flowing this way. He busts through this hole like a speed demon. Do you see? You see how he missed the hole? You see how he missed the hole? But he still got hella yards. This is like, these are the small nuances. Again, we're like, why isn't the run game working? Like, why does it feel like we keep running into issues with our run game? Like, why does it just feel like we're getting stuff? It's small things like this. Now, again, imagine if 33 comes off this block and Elijah doesn't have this nasty cut. Like, this is not a good play. It's not. It's a loss, damn near. All because Elijah didn't make the correct read off this block. So, still got positive yards, still great blocking from everyone up front. This could have been better. Because, again, if you have, look, watch Trent, watch the flow. Watch the flow of your blockers. Again, this is a great block. Like, Juice is not expecting anyone to run outside. He is not. That's why he's blocking this leverage. So when you don't make the correct read, this is what happens. Now, shout out to Elijah for getting off this and making the yards after contact. But again, you hit this thing hard right away. Watch the hole. Boom. If he takes this jab step goes here and then cuts inside, he's one-on-one with the safety. And you have help from Brandon Ayuk coming over the top. This could have been house call. But these are the small nuances. These are the lumps that we're going to have to take. It was Elijah Mitchell fantastic. 100% he's fantastic. But he would have been more fantastic if we can just cut down some of these small miscues. Again, doesn't turn, it's a positive play, a very positive play. But I think it could have been an even bigger play. Just by reading your blocks correctly. Just read your blocks correctly. Because again, look, you got a great block by Deebo Samuel right here on Roquan Smith. This is the hole right there. Again, I'm fine if you want to sell it outside and cut back into the hole, because that will help your linebacker or help your blockers with the flow of the defense. But again, you can't cut outside Charlie there. You got to cut inside. Because boom, if that plant foot is north-south, look at this. Look at that. Exactly. Yeah. This is why you miss Raheem. This is like, these are the plays that we look at and we miss Raheem. That's why we miss Raheem. Right here. This is why we miss Raheem. Now, Elijah Mitchell was fantastic. 100%. 100%. But he will get there. I believe Elijah will get there. These are the small nuances. He will get there. He will get there. I'll say it one more time. He'll get there. But this is why you do miss Raheem. Because Raheem sets us up. He reads it. Raheem would read this perfectly. He would see that block. He would know what's going on with these two guys, and he would know this is the hole. He would know. That's it. Boom. And then once you get into that second level, you then set up the safety for outside speed, and you cut it back against the grain. Still a great play. What's coach saying? Coach says, look at Ayuk. For those wondering why he's been in the doghouse and why this was his best game, look at his overall impact on the game. Blocking. Oh, you got to block in this scheme. You got to block in the scheme, and you got to block correctly. Again, look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Hell yeah, Ayuk. Hell yeah. That gets me almost just as juiced up about Trent Williams pancaking someone. Like that, again, he's on the opposite side of the field. Opposite side of the field, sprinting, effort is I can deal with him checking right here. I can deal with him peeking. I can deal with the peak. Is this a tackle, or is this gonna actually come my way? I can deal with that. He slowed down a little bit. He's like, is he coming? Is he coming? Oh, he is coming. All right, we got a block. I'm fine with that. Typically, I don't want my blockers peeking at the ball carrier. I just want them focused on what they're going to block. But I understand Brandon Ayuk is coming from hella far away, and right here, he's free. Let's get our hat. Let's get our hat on a hat and make it work. And look at the push too. Not only that, the push. Drive his ass. Drive his ass, Ayuk. Again, a lot of wide receivers stock block, and a stock block is basically a leverage block, is where you go right here and you just kind of get in the way. That's a stock block. I'm not the biggest fan of those. I want to see wide receivers driving their feet, churning their feet, getting some. I want to see them block, and this is a block. This is a block. Brandon Ayuk has been hit or miss throughout the first 8 weeks in blocking. But this is what happens when he hits on blocking. This is what happens. So you gotta love it. Absolutely gotta love it. Whoa, that was fun. That's it for the tape today. But also, as you can see, another thing that I really wanted to point out that we really didn't focus a ton on as we get wrapped up here, there was not a lot of miscues on that offensive line across the board. We focused on Trent Williams a lot, and that's the whole point, is because he's been phenomenal as a blocker. He's the best in the NFL right now. I'm not qualified to say that he's the best ever. I'm not qualified because I don't have the experience of studying the greats, especially years past. But I do know, at least I feel very confident that no other offensive lineman is playing like this right now. No other offensive lineman is playing like this. What I'm talking about is like the dual pass set, the swim moves in the run game, the clubs that he's throwing. He's throwing moves as an offensive lineman, and I'm telling you, it is inspiring. It is absolutely inspiring. I'll let the whole thing run through. We can watch it through. I'll just let it run. But again, look across the whole offensive line. Everyone did their job. Everyone did their job. I didn't see anything that would tell me otherwise, at least on this little highlight reel from Brandon Thorne. Again, the pockets that Jimmy had to work within, like this right here. Everyone wants to shit on Mike McGlinchey, but when are you gonna post the positive plays? Post the positive plays, guys. Let me see this on the timeline. Ain't no one posting this on the timeline but me. Ain't no one posting that on the timeline but me. They only like to post when number 69 finds his face in the dirt. But when he has a beautiful pass set, great hands, let's go, ride his ass out, 69. Where's that on the timeline? Because I don't freaking see it. Where is that? Look at 69. Let's go, Mike. That's what I'm talking about. Look at those feet. Oh, fire feet. Look at him. Watch. Feet. He still does the thing I don't like. This. I don't think he'll ever. I love Mike, man. I freaking love Mike. I don't think Mike ever is going to get away from this. I don't think he's ever going to get away from this, but I feel like he's figured out how to counter it being so again, when we get to that point in the pocket where you got to kind of bail out of your pass set. So this is a pass set. See the kick step, boom. Kick step, boom. Great pass set. Wide base. You want the wide base. Look at over here on the other side. Wide base, wide base, wide base, wide base. Has to be a wide base. Wide base. Now see right here, this is where he gets himself in trouble. But he's figured out how to counteract this issue he has with his feet, because he brings his feet together. Watch, brings the feet together, foot, and then see that. So the foot that should be moving right here is this foot. It should be another kick step. Another kick step. This foot replaces another kick step. This foot replaces. It should continue. But what he's gotten really good at is basically turning these pass sets into like a run block. When they get to a certain point in the pocket, like right here, and they're selling to the outside, ride them out. Ride them out. Easy. Easy money. Now, and I really think this is the adjustment that he made. Because last year in 2020, when you saw the clips, he was getting hurt here. He was getting hurt when he brought his feet together. Like, where'd it go? That one. This is where Mike was getting hurt. See, like right here, Mike has barely any of his feet on the ground. That's where he was getting hurt in the past, but he's made a great adjustment to kind of changing his technique to allowing that not to be an issue anymore. Mike has, I've watched every single rep from Mike. I still haven't broke down this game yet, but I know he did good this game. Even right here, setting up outside. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it, Mike, all day. I'll take it from Mike. So overall, everyone did pretty good. Now, again, I haven't done the full study. I'll do the full study tonight, most likely. But based on everything that we're seeing, it looks really good. It looks good. I'm excited. I'm excited to post positive McGlinchey clips on the timeline. And Brunskill. Everyone's coming after Brunskill. Brunskill did all right. Brunskill did all right. Brunskill was the highest graded pass blocker on the team against the Chicago Bears. So it is what it is. All right. I think I'm done with the tape. I'm done with the tape for now. How do we feel? Do we like that? Do we like the what we've seen from our guys up front? How do you guys feel about that? Do you like it? Was that good? Was it worth the hype? I liked it. I thought it was fun. So now, this offensive line goes and plays against the Cardinals. Appreciate that, DJ. I don't even know if that's your name, DJ. I just see the D and the J together, so I've just been calling you DJ. Appreciate that. And you're 100% right. Need to keep it going. We need to keep building the positive momentum. Now, of course, guys are going to get beat. It's the nature of playing offensive line. There's not one offensive lineman that has ever gone through an entire year like not making a mistake, not getting beat on a counter move. It is what it is. You're going to get got. That's part of playing the position. It's just like a cornerback. Even the best ones get got. Doesn't matter. Darrelle Revis, Richard Sherman, whichever cornerback you want to throw out there. It doesn't matter. You're going to get got. What matters is how you respond and how you battle back, and what you do consistently is that matters on the offensive line. And so far, this offensive line, again, throughout 7 weeks, has been one of the most consistent units on the offense. So Have they had miscues? Of course. They're offensive linemen. They're gonna have miscues. That's the point. But overall, feel like they've done a phenomenal job. Phenomenal job. Brad said, or Coach said, Brad, if you don't take my calls, I'm gonna put you on Murray for a paternity test. You funny, Coach. You funny. Hell yeah. Smash that like button. Let's get as many likes as we can in here as we absolutely can. Oh, appreciate you, Luke. Appreciate you, my guy. So I'll leave. We've been on for hour 20. I'll give you give me 10 minutes. Anything goes now. Anything goes. What do you guys want to talk about? Anything goes. Except the paternity test. I'm not doing a paternity test, Coach. I'm sorry. I love you. Not doing the paternity test. Love my guy. Love my guy. Let's see. What do we got? Is Murray still in the air? So who tweeted? I think Cliff Kingsbury spoke on this yesterday. He had said that Kyler's injury is gonna go up to the wire. I don't know if it's gonna be a true game time decision, but it's kind of appearing that way. Cliff also went on to say he's not going to put Kyler out there at all, and essentially risk him further getting injured if he's not right. So to me, that sounds like there's a really good shot that the 49ers could come out and get Colt McCoy at home at Levi Stadium against the 7-1 Arizona Cardinals. He meant the actual show. I'm over here talking about Kyler Murray, and this dude's talking about Maury. He's talking. I love it. I absolutely love it. So good. But still, doesn't change the fact Colt McCoy season. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, man. Ooh. We got a new. Hey, man, the Coach Play says, hey, man, new to the channel question. Do you get hit with copyright claims when showing film on your stream? So I'll tell you a story about this. So I know, I don't know if you guys know for a fact, but you remember when I kind of disappeared for that week on YouTube? That's because I have a TV behind me. You can see I got the big screen behind me. We were doing a watch party, and I had the game on behind me. And I think so we would take oh, look at this play. They got me. YouTube got me. They hit me with copyright. They took down my stream. They banned me from going live for a week. My biggest tip is don't ever show broadcast. Broadcast is going to get hit with YouTube copyright every single time. They don't hit all 22. So that's the rule. All 22 is good. Broadcast, not. You can post broadcast videos to your page. You can't monetize them. If you post broadcast to your stream, they will take you down. We were doing pre-draft stuff. So I was showing Just Bomb Productions. You guys know him on YouTube. Great dude, puts out all those highlights of the college kids. We were just watching college highlights, because I wanted to do a scouting session with all of us. The whole point of the scouting session was you guys drop a player in the chat. I pull up his highlight tape on YouTube, and we break down his traits. That was the whole point. And so we were doing that. I would bring up these players. We're watching his highlights. YouTube just straight up pulled the string. So yeah, don't. It's unfortunate. So just anything that's on broadcast, you're gonna get hit. So, but I understand. I think YouTube has the best algorithm. I think YouTube has the best form of monetization, at least on lives. I guess. I mean, TikTok is going up there. Um, but oh hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let's go. But yeah, just broadcast. You can post broadcasts on the main channel. You're not going to monetize off it. Do not post broadcasts to your lives. Don't do that. Mac Jones, best quarterback in the draft. Mac Jones looking good, man. Mac Jones is looking exactly like I thought he would be. So one of the things that I was very proud about this. We were very anti-Mac Jones. Very, very anti-Mac Jones here. But I never, ever crapped on his actual ability. My personal philosophy with Mac Jones was, again, I went to the Senior Bowl. I stood 5 feet away from Mac Jones and, checked his vibe. I mean, now from a professionalism standpoint, that dude was made for the NFL when regards to interviews, media wanting a hold of him, fans wanting a hold of him. We were in Mobile, Alabama, so it was Mac Jones Central. Everyone wanted Mac Jones. Everyone was hyped about Mac Jones because they're all Alabama fans that came to watch the game. But I remember, again, I stood next to him. I sat in the corner of the end zone. I actually got in on the scout side. But they were doing the garbage can drill where they're about 15 yards out and they're trying to drop them in the bucket. I actually was doing a live on Instagram and we were watching. It was Mac Jones, it was Jamie Newman, it was Kellen Mond, and they were all trying to hit the target, throw it into the bucket. It was the most disgusting form of throwing exhibition that I'd ever seen. And I'm just watching it. I'm like, these guys are NFL quarterbacks. They couldn't hit it. They didn't hit it for like solid 15 minutes. They're just all walking up, trying to do it. Couldn't hit it. And one of the coaches from the Panthers walks over. I think it was the Panthers staff. Walks over, picks up a ball, nails it. First one. And Mac Jones is trying to hit it, missing. Mon trying to hit it, missing. Jamie Newman trying to hit it, missing. I was like, what is this? What are we watching? But that's just my experience at the Senior Bowl. But when you watch the tape at Alabama and you scouted Mac Jones was phenomenal in the pocket. Like, not escaping the pocket. Mac Jones isn't going to escape the pocket. Like, he can. He has the ability. But what Mac Jones was really, really good at was maneuvering within the pocket. His pocket awareness, his pocket presence was really nice. It was really, really, really good. That's one thing that you can never hate on about Mac Jones, especially when you watch the tape, because that guy knows how to maneuver within the pocket. He's got great feet. He has great balance. He's able to throw layered throws, whether with its touch, whether with velocity, with anticipation. He's capable of, that we talked about the whole time. Mac Jones would be a good fit at 12 for the 49ers. That would have been fine. I was mentally preparing myself for Mac Jones at 12 the entire offseason before they traded up. But when they traded up and it became Mac Jones at 3, that's where we said, I can't buy it. I can't buy the Mitchell Trubisky vibe over the Deshaun Watson vibe and the Patrick Mahomes vibe again. I just can't do that, man. I just can't do that. So the whole time, we went through that process with Mac Jones. It was never Mac Jones a bad quarterback. It's just Mac Jones is limited, and we know exactly what he is. And what he is a prototypical pocket passer. But we understand that the NFL is 100% transitioning towards this dual style quarterback that can throw and run in the pocket and outside the pocket. So when they move up to 3 and they trade up all those draft picks, that's why the whole Mac Jones thing never worked for me. Because I'm like, you could have took him at 12. You could have waited at 12, maybe slid up to 9 if you felt like he was going to go, and spent much, much less to get Mac Jones. But you go all the way up to 3, it has to be Fields. It has to be Lance. It has to be one of these dynamic players. Is really what it came down to for me. But the whole time, I didn't talk bad about Mac Jones. I would always reference the Senior Bowl experience. Just looking at him, like, do I think he's a first-round pick? I do. Do I think he's worthy of trading 3 first-rounders and going from 12 to 3? No, that just didn't make sense to me. Because in my opinion, it felt like you could just wait on that. You could just wait on that. So is Mac Jones the best? I think Mac Jones he landed in the perfect spot. I think Mac Jones landing in the Patriots land, perfect. Absolutely perfect spot. Maybe other than the 49ers. Because you have Mike McDaniels. They had Cam Newton. Guess what they did? They made the most respect that I can give the Patriots was to cut Cam Newton. Not because I don't like Cam Newton, not because I don't think Cam Newton's not a bad quarterback, but because of what it represents and the distraction that it has when you have a guy who's been at the tippy top, who's been is currently the franchise guy. If you try to make that switch, it's just really difficult. It's just really difficult. So I respect them for letting Cam go, giving full reign to Mac Jones, and playing to his strengths. Which, again, if you really look at it, he's a really good game manager. He's good. He's a really good game manager. That's what he's good at. He's good at distributing the football. He's very cerebral pre and post snap. He's good at reading defenses. He understands what they're trying to do to him. He's a smart kid. He's got good pocket awareness, got good pocket presence. He doesn't have the biggest arm, but he's got a big enough arm. And again, he also throws with anticipation because he is so cerebral. That was the scouting report on Mac Jones. The knock on Mac, can't run. He's a statue inside that pocket. And again, it was the value. It was the whole value. They stay at 12, take Mac Jones. It would have made sense. Exactly. You stay at 12, you take Mac Jones. That's it. Staying put and keeping our draft picks and taking Mac Jones was always the smartest move. Now we invest into this kid and hope for the ceiling. I kind of agree. Like, if you're going to ride with Jimmy, hindsight being what it is, I think obviously the 49ers, trading up is a bit of a desperate move. At least it comes across that way. Because I think they knew they needed a quarterback, and this was the draft class to get a quarterback. They just didn't know how to do it. And 12 is an awkward spot. So it was just weird. Dylan says, Brad breaking down at the Senior Bowls, the top 5 moments in SF Niners history. Yeah, your boy was crying on the field. Screw crying in the club. I was crying on the field. That was probably one of the best moments of my life. That was hella fun. God, that was fun, man. That was super fun. Coach says, okay, Brad, with so much about the offense doing well, no punts, it took the defense the entire game to finally force a punt. Horrible tackling, missed assignments. Should we worry? Is D'Amico slipping? No, I think what we're watching with the defense is, again, these guys are hurt. They had Flanagan Fowles out there. That's their 4th string linebacker starting at Sam. You're out without Kinlaw. You're without Maurice Hurst. Obviously, Kentavious Street, guys like Zach Kerr, those guys are good in spots. I don't think I really like them right now to be like the full-time starter or whatever. But I really think it comes down to injuries. It's the cornerback injuries, the safeties. We lost both our safeties by the end of the game. It's Talanoa Hufanga and Tavon Wilson at the end. Like, we're playing with like damn near a bunch of scrubs almost. Like, and not to be disrespectful by saying scrubs, just meaning the point of Josh Norman wasn't on this roster during training camp. Who else? I mean, these other guys were on the roster, but there was plenty of other guys in front of them. So I don't necessarily. I'm not going to put it on D'Amico yet. Again, I haven't watched the tape, so for me to put it on D'Amico, I have to go back and watch. I got to go back and look at situation, and that kind of stuff. So I don't know if it's there yet with D'Amico, but I think we are missing personnel. I think the missing personnel hurts a little bit, and again, also too. Clearly, we saw how slippery Justin Fields was. Should we talk about Justin Fields? We just got done talking about Mac Jones. Should we talk about Justin Fields? I didn't really talk about Justin Fields too much leading up till the game. Justin Fields looked nice, guys. Justin Fields looks nice, guys. I'm just saying. Fields at 3 will never die. I will always be Fields at 3. I love Lance. I like Lance. I liked him throughout the process. My thing with Lance throughout the scouting process, I didn't have enough. I only had 2019 to go off of with no 2020. Just didn't feel like it vibed. Didn't feel like it vibed, but clearly that's the way the 49ers went. But Justin Fields, dude. Justin Fields looked phenomenal. You talk about the play where Eric had him dead to rights in the backfield. He cuts, makes him miss, spins back, makes Flanagan fouls miss, and then just wiggles his way in for a touchdown. Absolutely great run by Justin Fields. My favorite play from Justin Fields, though, was the rollout to the left. He had multiple rollouts to the left with some really good passes, but it was the Cole Kmet pass. I think it was for a touchdown. I don't know how many times on this channel, on this YouTube channel, we broke down that sequence of the ability of Justin Fields being able to roll to his left and make extremely accurate throws with consistency. That was a huge plus in my book for why I wanted Justin Fields. That was a huge reason, and you saw him still do that at the NFL level. That pass that he threw to Cole Kmet, where only Cole could get it, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I thought Justin's gonna be good, man. Get Justin a coach. Someone get Justin a coach, please. The coach says, do we give Kyle as an OC, not a head coach, a pass for injuries? When players go down, coaching and scheme takes over. In my opinion, we're giving D'Amico a pass. I'll talk about this. Like I said, I haven't watched the tape yet to give a really definitive answer about this, but I will talk about a key that I picked up that we were talking about it on the live stream a little bit, is that, and I think one of the listeners brought it up, was that we weren't showing complex looks in regards to the scheme, right? You're mentioning D'Amico. That was, I think, something that I noticed that I was kind of asking for it to be maybe a little bit differently in real time, was simply the fact that they were throwing out vanilla looks. Like, a rookie quarterback was able to kind of come up to the line of scrimmage and see exactly what the defense was giving him. And I really felt like that would have been a perfect opportunity to make it real muddy at the line of scrimmage. A lot of hovering, a lot of playing guys out of position, showing 8, bringing 4, those kinds of things. Stressing the mind of a young quarterback. If we want to talk about that, I would say I would have liked to see that more from D'Amico. I would have liked to see D'Amico kind of attack a rookie. That's kind of what I would have wanted to see a little bit more. Like I said, I felt like I saw a lot of vanilla looks um, where a rookie could easily come to the line of scrimmage, and that's the mic. That's a cover two shell. They're rolling coverage to the right. Like I felt like it was just really easy to see and watch. So you might be onto something there, Coach. I'll keep an eye out on it for sure. And that could be it. Definitely could be it. But again, also too, something to keep in mind when you have backups, you can't execute the things that you do with starters, if that makes sense. Like backups are running scout team during, you know, during the week. And if they are forced into the starting lineup or only have limited time to prepare, maybe they scrap certain looks. Maybe they scrap certain subsets. Maybe they go back to vanilla based defenses because they don't have the guys in that can execute the complex things that they showed in training camp. Again, one of the best things about covering training camp and where I was watching training camp was I got to watch D'Amico Ryans install the blitzes and stunts every day. So I got to see all the complex looks that they have in their back pocket. I Jordan Elliott was with me. He was diagramming it. We were like, well, I'm like, all right, they got this play. They have safety on the edge. Bosa is playing over the center. They have D Ford over the guard, and they have Eric Armstead over they were running, and they had guys in it. Like they were running all kinds of complex stuff on the defensive side of things in training camp, but it has been pretty vanilla, and that could be part of it. Man, today was fun. What's up, Joshua? Good to see you. Good to see you. One of the things that I was thinking about last night, and we'll close this down in a second because we're getting to an end here. One of the things, and I'm sure I got the core group with us. We can see people dropping out. That's fine. But I did want to talk about this because I was thinking about it last night. I think one of the coolest things that we kind of got on this little micro community that we have, I love that you guys say what's up to each other. I love when the core sourdough squad members, even new sourdough squad members, whatever, when they drop into the chat, they say what's up to each other. And I think that's one of the coolest things. And like I was talking about, I don't know what the hell I was doing last night. And I was just thinking about it because I saw it happen yesterday. And I was like, man, I think one of the coolest things, like when Sean's in here, when Coach is in here, when James is in here, tons of other guys like DJ and Luke, and Dylan, when they start chatting, they first say what's up to each other. And I think that's one of the coolest damn things because again, I'm you see my face, but you guys are in the chat. And yeah, when the Wi-Fi dropped and you guys all stayed on, I think that's pretty damn cool. And I love it. I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say that and give some credit to you guys because I think it's cool. Again, Coach is out here speaking Hawaiian to Sean, because Sean's out in Hawaii representing. For all the island boys. And then, it's cool, dude. It's cool, man. It's fun. We got a little vibe here. We got the little fan. You see it. I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's dope. Bro, when I posted that meme to Instagram, everyone lost their mind. I thought it was 10 out of 10 meme. Absolutely good. No one was vibing with me though. And I'm fine. I thought it was hilarious. Island boy. Those guys are cancer. Those guys are awful. So good. So good. Love it, bro. Love it. Love it. Awesome. All right, guys. I just wanted to end on that. I'm a terrible singer, so don't not gonna get a lot of that from me. Not gonna get a lot of that from me. But I appreciate you guys as always. Um, well, we're gonna just start calling Sean the Island Boy from now on. I might have to. Sorry, Sean. Just as I got done talking about how we got a cool community, I'm just gonna call Sean the Island Boy from now on. I love the Sourdough Squad. We see you guys. So we'll be back tomorrow. Like I said, I'm gonna do the study tonight. Do the study tonight, and then we'll have some more tape to break down. It feels like it's always better when we got tape to break down. Oh yeah, tomorrow is a Wednesday, so that means Jason Aponte will be pulling up tomorrow. Jason was at the game in Chicago, rooting on our Prince. Yes, let's go. Island boy. You. Let's go. So Jason Aponte will be back on with us tomorrow. So we might do 2 lives tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. But we got Jason Aponte on tomorrow at 1:30 for our typical time. Then we got Jordan Elliott on Friday, same time. So check in 1:30 tomorrow. If you keep an eye out for the film, it could come before, it could come after. We'll see. It all depends on how far I get into it. But there's still a lot to talk about. I still want to digest the 49ers performance against the Chicago Bears. I want to look into the quarterback play. I want to look into the wide receiver play. Definitely want to look into the tight end play, of course, offensive line. But I also want to look at the defense, things like that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, 100% I'm about to ragdoll Jason again. And especially if he comes out to the Bay and comes to this Cardinals game, I'm hitting him with the Trent Williams swim. The Trent Williams push-pull swim is coming. Sorry, Jason. I love you, bro. All love, but I'm hitting. He's going to go for a hug, and be like, oh, what's good, bro? Boom, boom, boom. And just swim him. He's gonna be like, ooh. He's gonna be like the Dr. Phil gift, It's, oh. So we'll see, but we'll love to do that. But like I said, Jason is on tomorrow, 1:30. Come back in, and again, keep an eye out for any more film stuff. That one's gonna be a little bit more random. The definitive one is 1:30. Jason Aponte will be on. And as we get out of here, I always have to show the appreciation for the Sourdough Squad. I love seeing the squad in here all day, every day. You guys are a blast. You guys make this hella fun. So can't wait to see you guys in here tomorrow. We got a dub, guys. And let's see if we can take this momentum and turn it into 2. And hopefully we'll be getting news this week that Kyler Murray is not going to be playing. Because honestly, normally I'm like, give us your best shot. I don't care. I don't want it. But right now, I just want to win. And I'll take it any way I can get. I don't care. If that means Kyler Murray's out, good. Fine. Don't play him. I don't want him. I want to win. So we'll be back again tomorrow at 1:30. Appreciate you guys. And